Thanks for the reminder. Okay, we're good. We're going.
All right. Thank you so much for the intro. It's so good to be here. You guys, I was really excited about this call. Like some calls, I'm not going to lie, it kind of dragged my feet. But this one, I thought about it all day today. I was like, oh, what do I want to say? And from my understanding, we have leaders on this call and we have up and coming leaders on this call. So hopefully you grab something from this today or you can take something away from this. My most important thing that I can say is that you need to show up, as you hear all the time, but you really need to show up not just when you want to show up, not just when it's easy, but you have to show up even when you don't want to. And somebody will say, well, I'm going on vacation next week. And trust me, I want you to enjoy your vacations 100%. But we are in a business where you can show up a little bit. You can show them what joggers you're wearing. You can show them that sports bra swimsuit top. In our business, it is so easy to do little pieces like that. So even when you're on vacation, in my opinion, you need to show up. We can't just check out of our businesses. So if you're popping in and out of your business, I challenge you to stop doing that. It will kill you. It won't kill you. It will kill your business though. It'll be harder to get the wheels in motion when you are constantly stopping and having to restart. I've just seen it so many times. And I've also seen girls who almost gave up, almost threw in the towel. Actually, that was myself, my first summer in. And I just think of, oh my gosh, what if I would have given up? What if I would have thrown in the towel? I have seen girls almost do that. I have seen girls like work through the hard, not hit rank advancements that they wanted to hit like a year ago. But now all of a sudden they're hitting director, senior director. I mean, I could give you the names and it just like crazy warms my heart because I'm like, look at you, girl. You fought through that. You stayed the course and now all of it's coming back to her. So stay in it, you guys. They always say this is just the launching pad. We are just not even launched yet. Like it's about to go crazy. So you're here. You said yes. Just keep showing up. So my words of wisdom tonight are just going to be coming from a place of experience. I've been in direct sales now for a long time, 9.5 years, I want to say, 2 years with Zaya. But I'm really passionate about helping you guys get through the cobwebs faster than I did. So I'm going to try to share things that kept me from finding success really fast. I stayed in a company for 7.5 years and got really nowhere. I was a good seller, but I didn't build a team. I didn't do all the things. So I have a lot of experience and a lot of things that I've learned in my now 2 years with Zaya. Okay, so my biggest thing I want to focus on today is leading from love, a place of love and a place of serving. And Natalie Robinson will talk about this, and I took it from her. But it's so true. I don't think I really grasped it till pretty recently. But you need to come from a place of loving your reps, loving your team, and serving them. If your current verbiage is, my team won't do this, I can't get my team to do that, that's not coming from a place of loving and serving. They don't work for you. You're not their boss, and they don't have to do a dang thing for you. So you need to instead ask yourself, like, what have I shown them? Have I shown them how this is done? What are they seeing in me? Have I helped them to succeed? Do they know the ropes? Have I stepped in and shown them and actually helped them through the things that they're going through? Ask yourself, what are you doing consistently to help that rep? And then at that point in time, you may start to see a shift. But it just like makes me want to cringe when I hear people say like, well, she's not doing anything. She just needs to follow her leader. She needs to just do what I say. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, no, she doesn't. She doesn't owe you anything. But if you are instead turning that around and helping her and seeing her as the person that she is and relating to her then you're going to meet her on a different level and it's going to be a whole different ballgame. And if you have not been doing this, that's okay. Like, this business is a business that you are going to learn and grow every day. One training is going to click with you. Another training, Olivia Ryan's training, clicked with me. And I learned so many different things. And that's, like I said, that's okay, you guys. If you haven't been doing some of these things we're going to talk about tonight, it's totally cool. We're just on the launching pad. The number one thing, in my opinion, that you can do for your reps and for your growing team, and even if you just have one on your team right now, is believe in them. Number one, I would not be where I'm at if Megan Bating did not believe in me. She would just literally send me messages like, you're going to hit executive this month. And I'd be like, wait, what? What's executive? What? And she's like, yeah, you can totally do this. And she would help me map it out and help me see that and put that seed in my brain that I wasn't even thinking about. And you guys, I'm telling you, that's what I was missing for 7.5 years in my other company. Nobody did that for me. We have to do that for each other. If you add a rep to your team and you believe in her, like you've seen her on social media, you see that she's got that thing, she's got something about her, tell her that, like, put all that belief in her, let her see in her what she doesn't possibly see in herself. That is going to be key in your business. When you are Zooming with that rep for the first time, so if you've got a team of reps that are doing nothing, that's going to be hard. If all these reps on your team join for the discount, it is going to be hard to move that team. It is going to be hard to do some of the things that we are talking about. But when you first added that rep to that team, did you Zoom with them? Did you connect with them for 30 minutes? I'm really big on this. Even if they join for the discount, grab them for 30 minutes and just say, hey girl, I just want to put some things in your pocket. I just want to show you what's here. That way you can tuck them away. And if you decide to do more, you decide to do more. And in that 30-minute conversation, you're going to share with her all those things, the streamlined business model, how simplified this is, how she can do this or do that. Just talk to her about all the things, but most importantly, share our compensation plan. Some people might think, oh my gosh, too much, too fast. But I share with my new reps, like what it means, like to rank advance to junior rep, senior rep, and director. Those are the main three I go to. It doesn't take me long. But we can't let 6 months go by before we share that. And then they're like, what the heck? I didn't even know that this was here. But if we're planting those seeds initially, it's huge. Kyle Gway on my team, he thought I was crazy. I asked him for 30 minutes and I told him all about reaching director and what it means, the Dash Director program. And he was looking at me on that Zoom call like a deer in headlights. Here we are 4 months later and he hit director. And he just mentioned to me the other day, he's like, that first Zoom call, I thought you were crazy. But you guys, if I wouldn't have shown him that, he probably wouldn't be where he's at. And I take a lot of pride in my leaders rising because I do have a part in that. And you're going to have a part in that. And it's going to fulfill you like helping your kids succeed. It's going to feel that same way. It's amazing. And on the flip side, when you don't have that belief, and I'll tell you a little story, like, I was in 4th, 5th grade. I thought I was a baller. I was playing basketball and I loved it. And I heard my mom tell my coach about how bad I was and that I didn't have any clue what I was doing out there. She didn't mean for me to hear that, but I heard that. And it stuck with me all the way through high school. I was good. I was the 6th man on the team. But I could never get that out of my head. I was like, gosh, I'm just not good at basketball. It just always stuck with me. And I quit. And my high school basketball team won state that year. And I swear it's the drive that still gets me today. But even hearing, that's what we live with, those negative thoughts in our heads. And we do that on our own. So we need the outside, we need our team and this community telling us that we can do it and believing in us and laying out the path. Hey girl, if you do this and you do this much more and you add a rep, you will hit junior rep this month. You need to lay it out there for her so she can see. She's a busy woman, just like all of us. So sometimes you got to just put it out there for her so then she can go and chase those carrots. Jamie, at any point in time that you want me to touch on something or you want me to go on a different way, let me know. So I go back to that love and serve, bless others, give your time. The leaders and sisters like Jamie that I look up to the most are the ones that are like, they'll go above and beyond for me. Like, and that's the type of leader that you should be. I know it's a pain in the butt to answer questions, especially when you're new and you're not sure what you're doing, and then you're answering all these other questions. It can be a lot, but I promise you, they're watching you and they're seeing that, and it's going to be reciprocated on down as you grow your team. And that goes to say with everything you're doing. When you're showing up, when you're doing the right things, when you're going to bat for them, when you're staying up till midnight to help them reach that rank, those things go a long way, and it's only going to strengthen your team as you build and as time goes on. I know that in this business and in life, we love the spotlight. It's nice, right? Like, we love to be celebrated. A lot of us haven't been recognized like this since we were in high school, maybe. So it feels really, really good. But please, this is where I went down the wrong path in my previous business. I worked for personal sales all the time. Like, that was my bang, that was my buck. And it felt really good. It felt really good to be recognized, but don't lose sight of that. I actually want you to shift your mindset as much as you can to helping your team be in the spotlight. I know that's not an easy thing, but once you have a team that you have helped grow and that you have been a part of their success, you'll know the feeling, and you'll want to do it again, and you'll want to do it again, and you'll want to dig in, and you'll want to help that team and this team. And it's amazing. So try to not always focus on you yourself being in the spotlight. And I think one of the biggest things Sam Higginson ever said to me that I walked away with was, Robin Eddy, you want to be not on stage at Summit. You want to be sitting in the front row watching your reps on stage. And that is exactly where I am at. Like, I want nothing more than to watch my reps shine on that stage at Summit someday, and shine in their business and do the dreams that they have, in their hearts. So, and that kind of goes along with like eating that frog, because if you haven't read the book, Eat That Frog, I don't know that you need to read it. Basically the concept is, we want to wake up and do all the things that are really easy. We want to post on our VIP page, and we want to post on Instagram and shop for ourselves. Like, those are the really easy things to do in our business, right? Maybe post the thank yous in our VIP pages. But the book, Eat That Frog, tells you to do the hard things first. Maybe dig into your team first in the morning before you do all those more fun things, right? And so that kind of goes back to your team, like team first sometimes, like recognizing that you have to pull away from your business. And Megan Bading will say, you look down on your business, you step away from your own personal business to focus in on your team. And there's no beautiful black and white lines as far as, okay, when I hit senior rep, then I need to do X, Y, and Z with my team. And when I hit director, then I need to do more with my team. Unfortunately, guys, there's no, like I said, no black and white lines as far as that goes. You're always going to have to work your personal business just as hard as you work with your team. But I will say, if you have a lot of level ones, let's say, you're going to mostly focus on the runners. And so my month is typically focused on a few reps that are running for something. And I'm digging into their team and I'm helping them run. So don't look at it as super overwhelming, especially if you have a large level one. You just really have to focus on where are the hot spots right now? Where are the things that I really need to hone in on? Do you have any questions before I move on? No? Okay. Celebrate the heck out of your reps. We all know how good, like I just talked about, how great it feels to be in the spotlight, how great it feels to be celebrated. That is another thing Sam Higginson will tell me over and over and over. Celebrate your reps, the little tiny things. Savannah Cease's team does an excellent job of that, and I can see it in her team as they continue to grow. They celebrate everything on that team page. People want to be seen. It doesn't necessarily have to be the incentives and the cash prizes. Jamie, James, and I, when we were in Utah, we did our Dash to Director survey, and that was the main thing that people wanted more than anything. They wanted to be recognized. They wanted to be shouted out. So it's such an easy thing, and it's free. So maybe you make it one day of the week where you're digging in and you're finding things to celebrate about your team, but definitely be doing that. Okay, I'm going to move on away from that just a little bit. If you are somebody who, well, basically, I'll just say it. Get over yourself and ask for help, okay? This team is doing a lot of things right, like killing it. The Connect team on down. Don't recreate the wheel. Don't do this on your own. Please don't do this on your own. Follow what is working. Follow the Dash to Director program. Follow the trainings that are taking place. I know you guys have heard this before, but please do not recreate the wheel. And ask for help. Don't be, I mean, we're all new at this. We're all learning these things. Ask for help. And if you need to be seen, be seen. I've got a girl like 4 down from me. She messages me every great thing she does. Like, I just added a rep. I just sold $1,000. I just had an awesome party. And I'm like, good for you. Like, good for you. She's reaching up and she wants to be seen. And I think it's fabulous. I am so honed in on her and her team right now just because she's reaching up. And so don't be afraid to do that either. I mean, that's what we love about this community is that we're all helping each other and digging in and celebrating each other.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Before you said, focus on your runners, and I totally get that, but how do you, like I have several level 1s that are doing, not a whole lot. But I feel bad and I feel like, so I'm always like constantly reaching out to them. I'm probably getting annoying to them, but how much do you help somebody until you're like, all right, I can't run your business for you, kind of thing. I'm just struggling with that. I'm trying to be a good leader, but I'm also like, am I just wasting my time and putting all this effort into somebody who, I don't know.
Jamie may have a different opinion, but I kind of match energy. Like I can't make you do something you don't want to do. I'm going to do my job and I am going to follow up with you and I am going to reach out and I'm going to ask you what your goals are this month. But if you're not stepping in and you're not engaging, I can't make you do that. Okay. There was a point with one rep on my team who I just flat out asked her, do you want me to stop messaging you? Am I annoying you? And she was like, oh my gosh, no, I love when you reach out to me. Like, seriously, I'm like, okay, then respond. And if you're on this team, tell your sponsor what you want, you guys. It's only gonna help you. I don't know. And what's frustrating too, Dana, like, are the ones who say they want X, Y, and Z, but they don't do the action step.
When they don't show up to calls, like me and Brooke always laugh. Like it's always like us from our team, like where's everyone else? But it is what it is. So, okay.
Well, and keep doing those calls. And I don't get frustrated when only 2 show up. I really truly believe show up for the 2 that are there. That stuff doesn't bother me. I've done, like Jamie and I have done those activity challenges. And one of my reps will get frustrated. Well, only like a certain percentage are doing them. I'm like, I don't care. Like if this is helping 10 reps on our team, like awesome. Like they're doing activities, they're growing their business. That's kind of my philosophy.
Even if it's helping 1 rep on the team. I mean, I think it is. I think we do get wrapped up in, only like 2% of our reps are even doing this or doing, then we work with them. Sam always says to stay on the edge of your fire of your team. Those are the girls that are coming in doing the work, doing the just like you guys are. So, and those are the people that we grab on to lock arms with.
And add reps. Keep adding reps. This Kyle Gray that joined our team, he has just been the fire that my level ones have needed. Like they are such a quiet group. And here comes Kyle, and he is just in there, and he's funny, and he's chatty, and he's getting people going. So just keep adding. I don't know what to say, but adding business builders, because it's going to not only be great for your business, but great for your community too. New blood is always good. And I challenge you not to just add your best VIP customers or the girl who loves the discount. Go after your dream girls right now. Like go ask the big dogs. Go ask the ones you've been chicken shit to ask. Now is the time. Did you know that I messaged Rachel Hollis one day? Asked her if she needed some leggings. I got no response. But anyway, go. I did. Go after the big ones. Like go after the ones that you're scared to ask. It's only a compliment. We have a super prestigious, awesome business here. And yeah, in my opinion, it's the best. So go after the big ones. Any other questions? I don't have actually a lot. This like flew by.
Yeah, you guys, you have Robin on here. So if you have questions or you want, I don't know, maybe some encouragement in some aspect of your business, or you just want to run something by her, now's the perfect time for sure. What do you feel like your biggest challenges have been as you're growing your business?
Helping people see what I see in them. And helping new reps who are clueless, but it's so rewarding once you like dig in and you help and help and help and help them. It's so rewarding and worth it. Yeah. And also, like we talked about before, what's hard for me is I have a lot of level ones, and it is sometimes hard feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like I forgot about these girls and I'm running with these girls. And so a balance, but I always say there is no perfect balance. I forgot to mention like a typical, I don't know if you guys do some of these things, but a typical morning might be for me. I do kind of do my personal stuff first because I can't always eat that frog every morning. But are you writing down, JD, do you have your team write down, like if you're a director or above, kind of where your sales are as a team for the day, and then how many reps you have on your team? It's two little things I do every morning. It's kind of just a checkpoint. And what I like about that is I can look at last month and see where our team was on this day. And then how many reps we've grown in a month's time. It's just a good comparison. And then I will, like I said, when I talk about digging in, let's say Rebecca Talsma, her team mid-month, we thought, you know what? They had like 22,000. Let's go for executive. I think we can do it. And so what I did for her team, and it's nice, you guys, when you can ask your upline to help with this, because sometimes being so close with your level ones, you know their stuff, you know the hard things they're going through, you know that their dog died last week. So it's hard for you to push, or it's hard for you to, say, let's go. But if Jamie or your upline steps in, she doesn't know that stuff. And it's easy for her to say like, all right, team, let's go. I want each of you to sell this much today because we're going for this goal. So for Rebecca's team, I did that. And every day I showed up in her team page with an update of where we were, an update of where we need to be, an update of what that meant for sales, each rep, each day. And they rallied like nothing I've ever seen in the 2 years I've done this. It was incredible. And it was so much fun. And so each day I would just post on that team page, and we would work through things, and we would come up with different deals that we could run for the day, or like how we could email out our entire customer base, like all those little things to help that team reach that executive level. But those are kind of like the things I'm doing on a day-to-day. It was fun. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Did
and
she
And
hit-
there's no, go ahead. She did. She did. We were up till
Wow.
1 a.m. It actually ended up at 54. She messaged me on March 24th, or we talked, and she's like, you seriously think I'm going to do this? Because they were sitting at 37,000 on the 24th of March. I'm like, yes, you're going to do this. Yeah, it was super cool. And this is a rep, you guys, who did not know how to copy and paste. Like, she doesn't mind me telling you this. She does not mind. It's her story. It's her journey. But when she started, oh my gosh. So it's pretty awesome. And she earned a Mexico trip too. So it was amazing.
That's awesome.
I have a couple questions for you. I might have missed, I missed the first few minutes because bedtime and sick kids, but, day in the life, maybe, did you go through that? Like, I would love to hear kind of what that looks like for you. And also, this is not related, but like when you're feeling unmotivated on a particular day because fill in the blank, your kid's puking or your dog's sick or whatever, like, or you're just low energy or whatever, like, what is your go-to like tips in that, little?
So day to day, I am not a Jamie James. I do not have an organized schedule like she does. And that's just me. Like, this was my quote today. Megan posted this. And I don't know if anybody cares, but maybe this is you. I would rather be a hot mess of bold action. You did. Okay.
Well,
Hot
some of
mess of
them,
bold
go
action
ahead,
and make
read
it
it.
happen.
No, read it. Yeah. Sorry.
This is me. I would rather be a hot mess of bold action, a make it happen, learn on the fly kind of person than a perfectly organized coward. This doesn't mean that organization is weak. I'm a master preparation guy, but some organization all the time, but don't go. Great things require action. And so that is kind of me. I kind of work through my day by the fly. Sometimes I fear. I'm like, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not made for this. Like, I can't do this. I'm not organized enough. But yeah, hustle and hard, I guess. Natalie Robinson kind of messed me up at one point because she said, and she was just trying to help us, but she says, as a doubles I exec, I do this and I do this, and I don't look at my reports the first week of the month. And it was just like her way of doing things. So I took that and I tried to do that, and it did not work for me at all. It was I party this week and this week, and I take this week off, and it was like, it wasn't me. So I guarantee you, Olivia, what you are doing and your highs and your lows and your ups and your downs and maybe it's a mess. It's probably okay. Because I'll say too, I'm like, I'm not organized. Even my husband will tell me, just do your job. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Like, just keep running. And as far as unmotivated days, sometimes I just have to take those hours and check out. And sometimes I'll tell my team, like, I'm not really working today, as far as, like answering a ton of questions. So if I miss something, and they step in and help each other out. I know that wasn't probably, I'm not going to make up and say that I'm like, I've got this agenda and this schedule, and like, I do my devotion the first thing in the morning. I don't have that. I want to be that. I want to be that.
No, but I want to hear, like, from on your personal side, like, do you still reach out to people, or do you try to recruit? Like, how do you personally get so many level ones? Like, what's been your secret sauce on that kind of? How do you, like, what's your flair on that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm super passionate about this, so it comes across really easily. I'm very casual when I reach out, like, hey girl, you should totally do this, and then she'll come back and say something like, I don't do social media. Then I will use voice messenger and I will say, okay, and it will help her through those obstacles. That is, tonight somebody asked about joining because she shopped twice today, a lot, 2 different times in one day. And I was like, enough, Allison, you need to join our team. And she's like, oh no, I could never do that. And then she came back, she said, what does it mean? So I said, well, and I voice messaged her. I said, well, I could share with you like the blip that I normally send to new reps. But I'm just going to talk to you. And then I just told her the basics and told her why she needs to do this. So I love voice messenger.
Mhm.
And if it's somebody I really believe needs to do this, I'll go a step further. I've had gals say absolute, like final no. That's the final answer, no. And if I'm sitting there stewing, and it's not a matter of like, I need another rep. It's a matter of like, no, she really needs this. I'll go again. And I'll say, I do. And I could tell you their names. And I just, and I'll say things like, I know your best friend's rolling her eyes when you talk about Zaya. I know your sister is probably, making fun of you if you did something like this. Like, I know all those things are like going on in the background, but I'm telling you, you will love this. Like, this is for you. So I'm as real as I can be. I don't do scripts. I don't do all that stuff. I always shoot for the 3x4. I came up totally short in March. I didn't even add one rep. I was honestly really focused on other things, but huge believer in, just like Jamie. Jamie pushes me to continue to party, to continue to add reps. And yeah, maybe someday that can slow down, but not right now.
Okay, so Dana wonders, how many level 1s do you have? I can't remember.
I think
50s?
55.
And
Yeah.
then Callison, she is in the middle of putting kids to bed, but she said that, sorry, I'm in the middle of bedtime, or I would come on, but you said keep adding those reps like it's so easy. I feel like I ask everyone and I'm not having any luck. So
That was me for 7.5 years. So like, that's where my passion comes from too, because that was me for 7.5 years. And I'm like, I don't want you guys to wait, or I know we're not waiting, but if you can do anything possible to get stronger in that area, and maybe it's your headspace, do it, because it's just taking off right now. And I don't want you to do what I did. I did do a video at Summit in last September, not this past September. It's a 20-minute video. It's kind of like my takeaways from that. And Jamie can post that if she wants to on the team page. It's just things that I have learned and things that I do. I could definitely I could always improve myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everybody comes to you with an obstacle, and then you just have to help them through that obstacle.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt you.
No, not at all.
I was just wondering, like what have you found in those 7 years that were kind of like, you're definitely don't do this, because I want this so bad and it's just not happening, and I'm doing something wrong. So what are the things that you found that are just like, this is not working, or this did not work for me?
So it was different because I didn't believe in that company. I wasn't seeing growth. Like, I wasn't seeing girls rise to the top. And so it was really hard for me to instill any type of like, you should do this because you could change your life. I can truly say that in Zaya, and I couldn't say that before. So number one, make sure your belief is strong here. And if you don't have a strong story yet, use other people's stories. But I'm guessing you probably have that, and just helping her to see that.
Okay.
That was my biggest thing. And then with my other company, it was hard to add new reps. There was home parties, there was catalog parties, there was online parties, and their back office was extremely well done, but it was extremely complicated. So I felt like, oh crap, if I added a rep, it was going to be like a month of hardcore, training. That being said, we are working on a new rep. Jamie's maybe shared this with you, but like a new rep, something for you guys to hold on to when you add new reps, like a checklist type of XYZ. So that's coming down the pipe very soon.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I respond to that? Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so thankful for that because I've literally been at the point where I'm like, hold on, honey. Bring it to daddy. I've literally been to the point where I'm like, I can't add another rep because I don't have time. Like, I can't do it. Like, so is there more information about what that might look like? Because I've not actually, Jamie, you're going to kill me for this, not been recruiting because I feel like I can't do justice to the new people and then I feel bad.
Mhm. Well, and we're,
Well-
oh, go ahead, Robin. Go ahead.
Well, you're not the only one that feels that way. I have been told that by other reps. Like, I just know when I add a rep, it's going to take time. And it does. But maybe you could find a system where you do them all on a Saturday morning, or or if you're in a place, Jamie would not like this, I'm sure, but if you're in a place in your life where you do feel that way and it's keeping you from adding reps, why don't you create a 20-minute YouTube video that's you, and you talk them through the things that you want them to know as their leader and share that out, and then ask for help. Like, there were points and times when I was adding reps where I was like, Megan, I can't train this girl today, or I can't run this launch party. Can you? She actually took a launch party for me, and I'll never forget it. Again, go to bat for your team. Jamie, what were you going to add?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I don't not add people. Ask for help. I mean, I'm helping Amber, which she couldn't pop on, but she is in Florida, and she just couldn't do her new reps launch party, and I'm doing it this week. I mean, we have people. I mean, we're all a team, and we're here to help you. So you don't want to not share this opportunity with someone because you know the blessings it could lead for them. And we're all here to help. Now, what we're trying to put in place is just an onboarding system, like an easy checklist. We haven't like ironed it all out yet, but we do want something that is universal, like across all of the Connect teams. So there's not all this stuff on the Connect page, stuff on Team Legacy, stuff on, so it's all the same and simple. But reach out for sure.
Oh, and Jamie's the best. Like, she'll do everything and anything I ask, but I hate asking her. So
Oh my gosh, don't.
she's so
Just give
good.
my son an A in Spanish. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I teach her son Spanish class. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
totally kidding.
A+ for Austin.
Can I jump in really quick too?
Yes, Brooke, yes.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like, because I felt that way. I added several reps like really quickly recently, and I like to check, cross all the T's and dot all the I's. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like telling this person one thing and this person something else, and everybody comes into it with their own knowledge base, and so like you need to meet them at different levels too. Like, but I was gonna say, don't be afraid. You might be surprised because 2 of my reps are like, oh, I already figured that out. Yeah, I knew how to like create a link. And I'm like, oh, I never even had to show them that in the back office. Like some people are just intuitive, or they've done sales before, or anyway, it just was like a sweet like surprise to me that I was like, oh, like I'm not going to have to show every single person every single thing. Like certain people are just going to have a knack for maybe the tech side of things. And so they can take that. Oh yeah, I looked it up on YouTube. I found this thing where you could like create a party. I'm like, okay, boom, like problem solver,
Right.
Other people are going to be more like hold their hands, but I would say don't hesitate to add someone because you just never know. I mean, I'm learning things from my brand new reps. I'm like, oh, I didn't know how to do that. Thanks. Anyway.
Such
Thanks,
a
Brooke.
good point.
Mhm.
Such a good point.
It is.
And
Oh,
messy action, just that messy, like even if it's messy, like there was, so many times, like, should I push that party back to next month because I'm too busy? Just do it messy, get through it. And with those reps, when it does get crazy like that, just think, okay, we can regroup, like let's get them going, let's get them off and running. And then we can Zoom next week when things like chill out and calm down, and we can kind of make sure all the questions have been answered. But I love that point. It's so true. Some reps are just like rock stars from the get-go.
I know. And it is. I mean, and some do take more time. So,
But
but
what's
don't be
nice
afraid.
too
Oh,
is
go
like
ahead.
there's no set timeline. Like they don't have to learn X, Y, and Z by this date, or you know what I mean? Like we can take some of that pressure off ourselves. I think we want to, of course, train them well, but sometimes you can just, I think I found like, okay, if I don't finish that today, like I can circle back with them tomorrow or in a couple days. Like it's still going to be fine. You know, they're
Right.
going to learn it. And not that we want to let weeks and months go by, but like a day or two or whatever, I think we can give ourselves some grace too.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I love that for sure. All right, any other questions? Well, thank you so much, Robin, for jumping on. Love having you
welcome.
here. Love having you here. But yeah, if you guys do have any questions, you can always reach out to her too. Listen to me. Go ahead, reach out to her.
Absolutely. I recognize a ton of these names. Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime.
Yep. And if you do have these abundance of people and you need help, Simone, or anyone, reach out for sure. So, oh, look at Mary. See, it's daytime. So I don't know, some of you weren't on, but several of these, like 3 of the ladies on here are in Japan. So
And this is
it's-
Vanessa here. We have
Yeah.
Vanessa also.
oh yeah, you're together. So it's like tomorrow there.
Yes.
Awesome. Easy. How
So-
cool.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and thank you, Robin. And I'll be sure to get this out to the
you.
rest of the gals. So, all right.
Thanks, you guys. Have a
Thank you.
Thank you.